Over the past couple months, I've been cooking up my largest project yet, one that I have been teasing for years with multiple iterations. This project is the culmination of everything I have learned in Minecraft for the past 5 years. This is the reason I started this channel in the first place. And guys, I don't want to reveal too much, but let me tell you, this map I made turned out to be one of the most epic maps ever made in Minecraft. And this is only the beginning, the first planet. I'm going to be adding more planets to the server in the future, and it's going to get completely crazy. You can check this out in my Discord, link is in the description. I'm going to be showing you guys how I made my first ultimate RPG map. Alright, starting off, before making a map, we need to create a plan. The idea of this server is that people are able to build their own houses and play normal Minecraft, except there's a lot of RPG elements in the world to do, like quests, dungeons, puzzles, and more. Every time a player completes one of these, they are rewarded with an enchanted diamond, which increases their max health and allows them to unlock new worlds later in the game. The best way to describe this server is like a mix between Terraria, Super Mario Galaxy, and Elden Ring. In my older server, the Outer Realms, a huge issue was that people left spawn and they had no idea what to do. The point of the Outer Realms was supposed to be that you go out into the wild and you survive, and just randomly find special items, recipes, locations, or mobs that point you towards certain goals, like new bosses, challenges, biomes, or new items. It was meant to be a throwback to the older days of Minecraft where you could just run around and find stuff. Maybe looking up a wiki along the way. This time though, to avoid confusing new players, I'm adding a path that players can follow throughout the entire world that will cover many special areas where you can progress, and eventually lead them to the final boss of the world. To access the final boss and move on to the next planet, the player needs to collect enough enchanted diamond shards throughout their journey by doing dungeons, challenges, or quests. With this in mind, the plan is to create a path through every biome that loops around the entire map, with the level increasing in every biome. If a player is feeling brave or strong, they can leave the path and venture into a higher level area to challenge themselves. The idea is that players at level 1 start in the Titanic Plains right here, and eventually work themselves up to the Dark Biome, which is level 40. Higher levels will be added in the next few planets that I create, which, by the way, the maximum level you can reach on the server is 812, with 99 in every stat. With this boatload of information in mind, we can start creating the terrain. So that this video isn't too long, I'll be summarizing what I did. If you want to see the whole time-lapse, check the description in this video, or the pinned comment. The program I'm using is worldpainter, by the way. I have a very in-depth tutorial in other videos, and this is kind of just a workflow, so if you're interested in the whole process, then this is for you. But remember, the most important thing is that the best maps are the ones that have the best ideas behind them. We're going to start with a basic continent shape based off of the image I made. After a couple hours of shaping it, I switched to making the mountains based on the biome plan. Once they're finished with the basic terrain, I'm adding texture to the ground to make it obvious to the player that the biome they have entered is different. At the end of it all, I decided I wanted to add a giant volcano in the starter area to make a distinct landmark in the Titanic Plains, as I felt it was too repetitive and open in that area. On the top left part of the map, I also decided to add a giant nether crater that will be there for lore reasons that I will reveal in a later video. I'll add another layered volcano there for good measure. This will serve as a very dangerous area on the map with nether themed enemies spawning. I want to cook up a nice glass ravine too, so I used a special cave layer biome that will create a very unique area that is great to mine and get resources in. I also have a waterfall biome I'm going to be adding with a watery surface too on the mountains. There will be these giant pools of water that will have special mobs and effects given the players that swim in these. Will be very unique when I add mobs to it later. So now that we're all done with the basic terrain and details, I'm going to start adding trees, plants, and terrain elements to really spice it up. If you want to use these assets and want to learn how to make your own map, check out my worldpainter tutorials. They're also in the comments section and the video description. Once this is finished, I'll be adding biomes to clearly tell Minecraft what biome is what so that there's no issues. This will be important when I add custom mobs to the world later. The final step to this map will be adding custom caves. I'm using pre-made cave layers that I have available for download in the description as well. I also had to create a custom brush to apply the caves in different patterns. Once that's finished, I click on the map and turn it into a spiderweb shape with all these caves, connecting and weaving the caves into each other. And we're all done. Just need to do some test renders, make some edits, and voila, we have a deep, vast, and magical custom RPG world that players will no doubt love to explore. I'll be filling this up with special mobs, challenges, crafting recipes, and a lot more in the future. So if you want to support this server project, or want to make your own map, you can get all the assets I use in this video on my Patreon. I even have a world painter tutorial series that teaches you how to make these worlds step by step. Check it out if you're interested. The alpha testing of the server is going to be available in my Discord if you want to stop by and check it out. Until then, take it easy guys.